So I'm going to be straight with you guys, as opposed to me being very, very gay with you. There is a secret voice that most YouTubers do whenever they want to seem like they have a very appealing and nice, soothing voice. And it is the same exact voice I see on like everyone. Everyone, be they like Let's Players or spooky channels, they do this voice and they make sure to keep it at that tone because around that tone it is nice and easy on the ears. My voice isn't actually this deep, but it's deep enough to make you think that it is, and convincing enough where you are entranced by my voice. But let's be honest, nobody actually sounds like that. Sorry. Alright, hello. Hi. This is a video, and it's unscripted, so it's one of those rant videos, and I'm just here to talk about some horrible people. Listen, I want to make this short, but I don't know if it will be. Because, again, it is unscripted, so I don't know how long I'll be talking. But for real, this is just my mind being funneled towards you. Cryotic made a video explaining that he had been grooming some little girls. And he's been doing that for a while now, but hasn't done so in a few years, maybe in the past 2 years. Whatever the case may be, the dude's been grooming little girls and has been dating several little girls. And he was very, very vague about it. And probably because he wants it to be that vague. So that way, those little girls won't go after him. Just like how he went after them. Later on, an artist by the name of Noah Bradley, who usually is known for his art for Magic the Gathering, came out with an apology of his own that had shown that he too has been sexually harassing women. Now, probably not little girls, but he is still a sexual predator nonetheless. Now, it's very obvious that with both of these responses, there have been both reactions. That is of disgust and, surprisingly, overwhelmingly, support. I know that these two have a lot of support behind their backs, especially people like Noah Bradley, who has been part of the game for a long time and has made many, many powerful friends amongst the community, and people like Cryotic, who has built up a fan base for years and years and years. They both have support, and this is exactly why they did it in public. I don't like either of their apologies because they're both weak and they're both manipulative. And it's something that I feel like most people don't really see. But as someone who's been part of a manipulative and abusive relationship, I can fucking tell exactly what they want to say to make you think that they're the ones who are really the victims. Because keep in mind, they could have just apologized to the victims themselves. They could have just made their peace with those victims. The people they harassed, the people they groomed, all of those people. They could have just said all of this to them privately, but they put it out there in the open. And with Noah Bradley's case, he said that he didn't want to apologize to them privately because that wouldn't be good enough. But now they're put under a spotlight, those victims. Probably a spotlight they don't want. And not only that, but they're telling you this in public because they want you to think that they're the ones who are brave. They're the ones who had all this courage to tell you how vulnerable they are and how much they've changed and everything's going to be different. Everything's going to be fine now. Everything is peachy, hunky-dory. It's fine. I've changed. It's all good. I don't touch little girls anymore. Sure, I think about it, and sure, I haven't apologized to them yet. But hey, listen, I've changed. Things are okay. Things are different. And while I'm not going to say totally that it's because of their online personalities that they are this way, I will say that because of their fame and because of their recognition, they have both grown an inflated ego. Maybe they started off with an inflated ego and have now grown even further with that. And let's be honest, with both of these cases, it's not often the fact that they want to have sex with underage women or they want to have sex with whoever they want. It's the power trip of getting whoever they want, whenever they want. It's that ego inflation of, hey, I can date underage girls. I don't give a fuck because I'm Cryotic, or I can just fuck any woman whatsoever. By the way, I know Noah Bradley described it as pressuring women into sex, and that is fucking vile because let's be honest, what he did was rape. It's not funny. It's what he did. And that power can be displayed here when they made their apology. They have now the power of the apology itself. And I know Noah Bradley was called out first, and that's why he's apologizing. Let's face it, he's not apologizing because he did it. He's apologizing because he got caught. He's more of a piece of shit than Cryaotic. I'm not going to deny it. But Cryaotic is on a different level. Comparing the two is like comparing dog shit with rabbit pellets. Sure, they're both made differently, but in the end, they're just both shit. They both stink just as bad. To be real with you, these apologies don't really feel like apologies. And if they are apologizing, they're not apologizing for the reason you might think. It's not that they were doing this and that they're sorry for doing all this. What they're really sorry about is that they got caught. With Noah Bradley's case, he understood that he had a ton of friends that were telling him, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. And he's like, yeah, you're right, but I'm still not going to tell anyone that I victimized, that, I'm sorry for all this. Instead, I'm just going to tell the entire public that this is what I did, and I'm going to feel better about myself because you know what? I put myself out there and I made myself vulnerable, and I think that's good enough for everyone, right? And that's why they did it, so that they could have control over this situation, whereas if previously they hadn't done it, they wouldn't have any controls whatsoever. But what's grosser than all of that is the fact that Cry, he actually posted on his Twitter, hey, I talked to the fellas earlier, and you know what? The show's gotta go on. I know I totally outed myself as like a pedophile, but yeah, we got a live stream, right? Like we gotta keep going, right? Oh my God, are you kidding me? This apology, you haven't apologized for like spilling milk, bro. This is not like, and also he's very vague with his apology. Like it's weird. It's like being friends with someone and they're just like, yeah, back in my past, I killed someone and it was just really wrong for me to do that. But you know what? I've changed. I said I was sorry, but it's fine now. They're totally cool with it now. Wait, what? You murdered? Can wait? Hang on, hold up. If we're gonna be friends, can you give me the details about that shit? Then you look towards Noah Bradley's little wallpaper that he put up, and it's this horribly toxic wallpaper that talks about like, hey, be manipulative, be toxic, make sure to never disobey your masters. Feign honesty and generosity. Mask your intentions. Don't trust your friends and use your enemies. Create a cult-like following. These are great pieces of advice. If only he had listened to the one that actually mattered. Ignore what you can't have, you sick fuck. By the way, I totally understand that these are from a book, and apparently all these advices they're not even advice. They're more like these are things you should be aware of when you're trying to see if someone's manipulating you or not. And I think this guy took it too seriously and probably took it as real advice. But then again, we get some conflicting people from like Dave Raposa, who I actually really like, saying that it is a horrible narcissistic audiobook and it's just bad. Nobody should ever take the advice, and the author of it is actually an uncomfortable man. Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? He still sexually harassed women. Who fucking cares at that point? Listen. I am all for forgiveness. I really am. I think that people can change. I'm confident that if you're willing to put the effort, you can change. And more so than love or hate, forgiveness is the most difficult thing that we can do to people. It is very hard to forgive someone for something that they did in the past, something very atrocious. And let's be honest, there are people who like make it a career to find something about someone else's past and just expose it online for people. And for some people that can be very fun, but for others it's just very petty. But I am also a believer that it is not in my right to forgive someone of a crime or an atrocity or just something that they've done to other people. It is not my responsibility to forgive them or to ask for forgiveness. Cry, Noah Bradley, and whoever else makes these kinds of apologies before they actually get outed or before they actually get canceled, they want to take advantage of the situation first. And these guys should be first forgiven by the victims themselves, not by us. Us calling them brave and saying that it's okay, that was in the past, you can change now, we believe you. Saying all that doesn't mean jack shit. Because for the victims, they haven't gotten their solace. They haven't closed that chapter in their book. And I'm glad that Cry understands that apology was horseshit. I'm glad he does understand that. And I'm sure he can change. But it's not up to me. It's not up to me to decide whether or not he should be forgiven. That's up to the victims themselves. When it comes to these kinds of apologies, it always screams, oh, it's me, me, me. It's just about me. I'm sorry. I did a bad job. I should be the one that should take responsibility. I am the one who should be telling you all this. I am the one who's going to apologize. I am not going to apologize to the fucking victims themselves, though. I'm sorry, but it's just kind of gross. I can't ever take them seriously. Whenever these kinds of apologies comes out, I can't take them seriously because I know how manipulative they are. But I have some faith that Cry can learn and he can actually confront the victims and make it up to them. Maybe, I don't know. I've never watched this shit. I don't know him, but hopefully he can. At least he acknowledges how shitty that apology was. Whereas Noah Bradley has taken the cowardly way out and just done that whole, oh, I have no avatar. It's totally black now. Oh, also my wallpaper is black. Oh, boo-hoo. I'm so sad. Please, I have done so very bad. I am so sorry. I am sorry. I've done such horrible things. Sorry. Ooh, would you forgive me? I'm going to be very depressed now because I did something bad. You did do something bad. Now confront the victims. Tell them you're sorry. Give them money. Tell them everything. We don't need to fucking hear that. You're not brave for doing that. You're a fucking coward for not going in front of your victims and telling them what the fuck you need to say. And anybody who supports this sort of behavior and says, it's okay, I'll still support you, I'm with you all the way through, go fuck yourself. You have no fucking idea how much these victims have suffered. You have no fucking clue what they're going through. And you have no idea how much pain that they've gone through. Thank you everyone for watching. Spooky video coming out tomorrow. Sorry for the delay. Love you guys a ton. Goodbye.